This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Let's talk about something else. The WWF is blowing away WCW on promotion of the women, with video features talking about all the women coming in, showing who they are and their finishing maneuvers. WCW's Gene Okerlund, on the other hand, whenever he's mentioning one of the names coming to WCW, he would say, boy, that sounds like something on the menu at a sushi bar. Boy, that didn't age well. You guys are trying to make a push here for women's wrestling. Although we know that that's going to end not too terribly long from now when Medusa pops back up for WCW. Why was the women's division, dwindling here? Clearly you're trying to dedicate some TV time to it. It doesn't seem to be hitting. Is there just not enough talent at the time?
Yeah, there wasn't. And that's always been a challenge. I think that when you look at different divisions and while there may be some great light heavyweights, well, there may not be enough for a division. There may be some great women wrestlers, but there weren't enough to have an entire, roster of women wrestlers at the time. So also, I don't think that the audience was ready to accept that. You didn't have the caliber of athlete that came along in 2015 and has exploded and made it, like, hey, as far as I'm concerned, they're 50% of the show and sometimes the better 50% of the show. So it's, wasn't that way back then.
Yeah. In this era, the idea that you had two ladies main eventing, like, Sasha and Bailey have so many times this year, that just feels foreign. But here's what's interesting about this. And man, I hate to beat a dead horse about just the status of the company financially, but Meltzer's here in November, really putting you over for how well you're pushing all the new talent coming into the promotion with video packages explaining who they are. So it sounds like you've got big plans with international talent.
And again, we were trying, and we were trying to push that. And we had Alundra as the centerpiece.
Well, but here's my thing. This is in November. A month later, you cut her loose and say, we're closing down the division. You're done. A month later. So I guess my question is that a decision to do in hindsight? Maybe you didn't recognize it at the time, but is that a decision to get rid of the women's division once you see the Survivor Series 95 buy rate? Like if it was higher, would you have said, okay, we've got the finances coming in, this was a better number than we thought, so we can keep it in the budget. But when it comes in low, do you then make a budget cut?
I don't think that had anything to do with it. I really don't. I think it was more a situation of kind of looking at it and trying to evaluate it and wonder if there was that much interest. And you have to look at a lot of different things. You got to look at merchandise. You've got to look at just fan reaction. And unfortunately at the time, some had to be cut. It's never easy to cut. It's never easy to make those decisions.
No, you and I have both unfortunately had to let someone go before, and that's not fun. Sucks. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.